guys.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to My Best Friend the Weeb.
Another episode.
Yes. And you are here with your favorite weebs on otaku. My name is Deola.
I'm Kosy Diamonda.
Yes, and we're here to discuss the shows that changed our lives. The shows that deep in our hearts, it did something to us.
Yeah.
We think about these shows.
Yeah.
We talk about these shows. You might even say that these shows are our favorite shows. You might. But some of these shows are not my, like for my list now, some of them are not my favorite, but some of them are shows that will forever stay with me. And Kosy is just winging it because nothing touches her, apparently.
No, that's not what I said. I said stuff touches me, but I don't know.
I hope you know that the context we're using touching is like really weird and funny, but yeah. Because I said nothing touches you. No one touches you.
Mine out of the gutter. We're clean-minded.
Okay, so let's just say the shows that had an impact or had some sort of an impact, no matter how big, how small.
For me, it's more like the shows that got me jumping on my bed.
Okay, I mean, I think that's
let's go with that.
I think that's a fair way to look at it. I'm looking at it as shows that, for one reason or the other, have not left my head, or for one reason or the other, have just touched my soul in some way.
Yeah.
So
okay, well, I have one of those.
So you have a show that has touched you?
Yeah, I have a show that touched me.
Yeah, it touched you in many ways, didn't it?
Oh, yes, it did. Deola, no, stop that.
I'm sorry. All right.
Okay.
I want to go first because I have a list right here. I'm gonna go first and talk about, and I've talked about this show on previous episodes. I'm gonna talk about this show because it's my favorite show.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead. Actually, that is on my list, but that's not the show I'm talking about.
You said it's your favorite shonen.
Yeah, Attack on Titan isn't really a shonen.
Attack on Titan
isn't really.
I'm not gonna argue with you on this.
It's more like
it's more.
It's more like a seinen older guy.
I mean, it didn't start that way, but it sort of ended there real quickly.
It started very shonen-y.
Yeah.
It had the spirit of shonen, and then it ended up somewhere that a lot of us didn't expect. But yes, back to the thing. I'm surprised you don't know what my favorite shonen is. I've said this several times.
You told me your favorite. Well, okay, fair. Attack on Titan isn't shonen.
It's not shonen.
Is it? But that's not shonen either.
Which one?
Assassination Classroom.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
5 marks for you.
All right. Tell us why.
Assassination Classroom, just 2 seasons. I was about to say 2 episodes. Just 2 seasons. And I like that. In the beginning, when I first got into anime, I was looking for shows that did not take forever because I first watched Bleach. I heard people talking about Naruto and I heard people talking about One Piece, and I was like, this is too long. Like, I don't have the attention span to watch a show for 1,000 episodes. And somewhere along the line, I found Assassination Classroom. And from the beginning, it just hooks me in. It just lets me know what is the plot, what is happening, and how it's going to happen. It wraps everything up in 2 seasons, and at the end of the season, at the end of the show, it gives you a payoff, and it gives you a scene that, if you don't cry, I don't know what to say, man. But like, Assassination Classroom to me is like not the perfect shonen, but it's my perfect shonen because you have all the power of friendship. You have a bunch of people on a task doing something, try to defeat a big baddie, but the big baddie isn't that bad. He's not killing anybody. He's not doing anything. He says he will kill the world in a year. But in the meantime, he's actually teaching students. He's being nice to them. He's teaching them about their confidence. He's encouraging them to go after the things they want. Kuro Sensei is the person you want in your corner when you're feeling down. The person you want on your team when you feel like all hope is lost. He's the big baddie, but he's not a baddie. He's just there for you. He's helping you. He's figuring you out. He's just, oh my God. That is why he's tattooed on my thigh, because like whenever I feel so sad, I just think about how Kuro Sensei would help and encourage these guys.
In different ways.
Yes, Kuro Sensei touched. Well, he is physically touching me. He's on my thigh.
I know. That's why I said that.
But yes, he touched me in different ways. He touched my soul. He touched my thigh.
Oh my God.
But I just feel like, because of how encouraging he is in the show and how encouraging he is to the characters. And just like, he just stands for like, again, he's the big baddie, but he's not a baddie. Like, he's not going out there and killing people and going after people. And when you actually see his backstory, it's kind of like a really sad backstory.
So I guess my question is, why did he tell them he was going to destroy the world? Was he just
So,
playing around.
spoiler alert for everybody that has not watched Assassination Classroom. Spoiler alert, I'm letting you guys know. Kuro-sensei was an actual human being. He was an actual assassin. But he got kidnapped, or was he? I don't know what happened. But he got kidnapped and he got experimented on. And he fell in love with the nurse that was helping him. The nurse that was helping him in the facility, because again, he was trapped. They were doing like some crazy ass experiments on him. He fell in love with that nurse, and that nurse, the nurse's sister, was the teacher of the school that he eventually went to go and teach. So basically, what happens is that when
She
they
died?
she died. So when they did all these experiments on him, he exploded. Like something happened, and he exploded, and in the explosion, he killed the babe. And and the babe was always talking about the students in the school, how they really need help, because he eventually goes to teach like this class he's teaching is like the remedial class, like the class of people that have failed, like at the bottom.
Yeah.
So she has always been talking to him about like how these students are amazing, how they're great, how they just need love and support and that kind of thing. So when this explosion happens and then the teacher, a part of me is like, she was the teacher, but at the same time I was like, how is she a nurse and a teacher? So I can't remember, but like Shasha, she's related to the students, Shasha. So when she dies, she just talks about like, can you please just help these students out, help them out, that kind of thing. So that's the reason why he now decides to go and teach at the school. So when he went to go and blow up the moon, he didn't blow up the moon because he wanted to blow up the moon. He blew up the moon because he was unstable. And he heard, and he thought to himself that he only has 1 year left to live. So he thought, as on Earth, with that 1 year left to live, he's going to destroy the Earth. So that's the plot. So I've just spoiled the entire Assassination Classroom for anyone that has not watched it. I did give spoiler warning earlier. So yeah, so he's just so very encouraging. It's like, again, he was an assassin. He was an actual bad guy. So he was doing bad things, but then he got all this experimentation, and then he turned into this creature, and now
I'm starting to realize something about myself.
Which is what?
I remember watching Assassination Classroom and I didn't finish it. I don't think I got past the first season. I don't even think I finished the first season. And I'm trying to understand why do I leave shows? And then I think I left this show because it got to a point I realized this guy is just teaching this kid so they can kill him. But then we all know that he's really not a bad guy. So I know that this is not going to end in some big superpowered fight. So I'm gone.
So I think once you know that, there's not a lot of boost happening. But to be fair, but to be fair, I think you're missing out, because there is like, the students do try to kill him. So it's not like,
oh, I know they're trying to kill him.
No, and like,
but we know they're not going to kill him.
Well, eventually something does, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but you should actually watch it, because I think you'll enjoy the show. There are instances where they come up and they try to kill him. They come up with plans and stuff like that. And there was even a time when they went on.
How would they feel when they actually killed him? When they actually kill him,
which is why it made me cry at the end, because in the end, when it happened, it was sad. He gave this speech. He said, "Don't be sad. This is what we expected to happen. If you don't do it, no."
Because I don't think those kids were really thinking far ahead. They were just living in the moment. I'm trying to kill my teacher. What if you accidentally actually killed your teacher, who's really nice to you? Don't you think that's emotionally scarring?
And I think that's also what is part of the charm of Assassination Classroom, that these students, this is it. Like, the first episode I explained to you is a typical shonen show.
Yeah.
This guy destroyed the moon, came and said he's going to destroy the world. So you have a classroom of people that want to kill him.
It feels like the shonen that quickly turned into a slice of life.
I don't think it's a slice of life. And the reason why I don't think it's a slice of life is because you're not really, like, the students' lives do matter, but it doesn't matter to the point that we're going to say, like, it doesn't matter on an episode to episode basis. Like, not this episode I meet your mother next. Like, there's no continuity with the lifeness of the slice of life of it. I think it has elements where it's a little more chill, but it definitely does have the ante, and it does rev up. And
okay, I think I'm going to go back to a lot of my dropped shows.
Assassination Classroom is the first show that I watched, and I was like, oh, this thing has really, it has touched my soul.
Your heart.
To the point that I was like, I need to get a tattoo of this guy, because he was just so encouraging and so helpful.
Aww.
And
Deola, do you need a little bit more love in your life?
Maybe I do.
Give
maybe
me a
I
hug.
do. We're hugging as we're recording, but yes. So that's my show. What's the show?
It's my favorite shonen, and you can guess.
Naruto?
No, actually.
What's your favorite
But
show?
I will get to Naruto because that's on my list. It's Black Clover.
Oh yes, you do talk about this show. You really do love this show.
I really do love this show.
I don't think a lot of people talk about Black Clover the way people should be talking about Black Clover.
Maybe. It's a long show. Long-ish. And I don't even know why. But I personally enjoyed Black Clover because I fell in love with the character Asta. And that's because at first when I met Asta, sorry, Asta. I wrote him off. I wrote him off completely. Like this short guy who is too silly, he's too playful, take life seriously. Like he just felt like a talkative who had too much energy and was always happy. But getting to know Asta, I realized that this guy is an optimist. Bad shit happens to him, but for some reason, he manages to smile through it. Like he's the only one who doesn't have magical powers, and yet he never gave up, started training his body. He wanted so bad to be the Wizard King. Why? Because he wanted to take care of people and, take care of all the wizards. Pretty much Naruto's similar vision, similar desires, both of them. But then Asta, especially because Asta was so kind, Asta was so loving, and Asta never gave up. I love that his willpower, because I saw some really shitty things. There was time he couldn't even use his hand anymore. I think he break his hand, or I can't remember what happened to his hands, but he couldn't use his hands anymore. Kind of giving me Midoriya vibes, actually. No, but Midoriya is another sweetheart character. We'll go into him later. But yeah, so Asta, I loved him because, in fact, I loved the entire Black Clover because you see the Red Bulls, the Black Bulls, right? I've forgotten their name.
You don't even remember.
God, it's Black Bulls. I think they were the Black Bulls. Anyway, they were a family, but Asta somehow kind of brought everyone together. I mean, they were always a family, but for some reason, when Asta came there, everyone just kind of became closer. I mean, for some reason, Asta makes me I feel like sitting my kids down in front of Black Clover and forcing them to watch, because there were so many moments that touched my heart that was like, my kids need to learn this. This is love. This is love in its purest form. I can't dispute it.
If there's anything, sorry to interrupt you, that I like about shonen is that shonen actually is like trying to teach you like rely on your friends, rely on your family, rely on the people around you.
And most importantly, it sort of teaches you that you can do anything.
Yeah.
I love that whole don't give up. Even when bad things are happening to you, it doesn't matter. Stay
it might
positive.
seem unrealistic and it might seem delusional, but I feel like the real way to like exist in this world is to be delusional.
Yeah.
And anime, especially a lot of shonen, is delusional. You have people that have no powers and I'm like, I am going to become the king. And they somehow do it.
Somehow they do it.
Like
they don't give up. They keep pushing. And I love that. And the funny thing is, it just kind of shows you that if you don't give up, if you find the willpower to be consistent and persistent.
Hi, my name is Deola.
I'm Kosy.
And you're welcome to
My Best Friend the Weeb.
Thank you so much for listening to our episode. To hear the full thing, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and everywhere you listen to podcasts.
All the links are in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Our handle is My Best Friend the Weeb.
See you in the next episode.
Bye.